So I'll get started now. Hi, everybody. This is such a great opportunity for you to learn new skills here and to meet a lot of different presenters. That's fantastic. So now you're going to meet me and what I have to offer to you today. This presentation is called From Confusion to Clarity, a 3-step playbook for triggering your trades. And let's get started. First, I like to start with a disclaimer that you can read so that you know that the presentation is for educational purposes only, and you can read the rest. Remember to practice with a demo or paper trading account with any new concept or strategy until you really get to know and understand the risk and reward potential. That's really, really important. This is me when my book was published. And the book is based on my personal institutional trading experience. For those of you who don't know me, I spent 15 years at JP Morgan as a foreign exchange trader in New York on Wall Street, generating millions for the bank. And today, for my own account, I trade stocks, options, futures, and Forex. And I lead my education company, which is the FX Trader's Edge, with my dedicated team. And together we coach and mentor traders. My program is called the Wavy Tunnel Pro. And this book, The Trader's Pendulum, I'm going to start out talking a little bit about the pendulum swings because I think that's important. And I developed the Wavy Tunnel Pro system, which I'm going to share with you, to trade the market cycles. And I'm all about trading the market cycles. So we're going to learn a little bit about that today. The market pendulum is the first pendulum that we're going to talk about. The market pendulum, the market moves up and down. Successful traders understand the market cycles and they wait for corrections before entering the trades, avoiding entering after extreme moves. And I'm going to explain the emotions that go behind the market pendulum. And a strategy like the Wavy Tunnel Pro or other strategies that you might be using helps to identify the market swings and the right entry and exit point. So hopefully after today, you'll get a good handle on that. No matter what strategy you use, you'll be able to use it in your trading. Because from my experience, it's very important. So this is just only my opinion. Take it or leave it. The financial pendulum. In trading, you win and you lose. Like, you can't trade without taking a loss. But the goal is to manage your money so that you win big when you're right and limit your losses when you're wrong. In other words, avoid risking too much on any single trade. The emotional pendulum. I like to describe the emotional pendulum as the swing between fear and greed. Greed can lead to taking large risky positions, while fear can prevent you from taking necessary actions. And balancing these emotions, in my opinion, is the key to successful trading. And this is just based on my own experience. So over the years, I've had to, when I worked for the bank, I experienced the emotional pendulum, the financial pendulum, and the market pendulum, obviously. And I really had to work on the emotions, and I work on myself as a trader. It's really taken, like, my growth as a trader is about managing my emotions pretty well at this point. So that's what I work on a daily basis, and that's how I succeed. So what you will learn in this masterclass is how to anticipate market direction by reading the market map. And I'm going to show you the 4 lenses, how to locate and trade with confidence, high probability setups. It's a simple strategy, and how to trade these setups for maximum profit, risk management. So this is important for you to know because the market is volatile. There are lots of trading opportunities, and emotions are the Achilles heel for traders. You need a system that removes the emotions. You need to filter out bad trades, and if you're planning to adopt automation, you need a foundation first. And your capital is likely limited. You blow up your account, you might not get a second chance. So listen up. This is my system, the 3-step playbook. The first is the analysis, and I'm going to show you the market map. The second is the strategy, and I'm going to show you the 4 lenses checklist, and I'll also show you the Wavy Tunnel Pro strategy and how they can work together. And then the third, which is really, really key, is optimal risk reward and trade management. And I'm sure you've heard a lot about this, and I can't stress this enough. So managing your risk lets you trade for another day. Trade management gets you to make more money when you have a profitable positions. So the market map, let me just show you why I'm so bent on using the market map, which I'm going to show you shortly, and the market cycles. When I worked as a foreign exchange trader on the desk, and I traded the British pound, by the way, from 240 down to 105, back up to the 150s. We hired a guy off the floor of the Chicago Board of Trade, and we hired him to be our analyst because we were traders and no time to analyze. We were in the front lines. Back then, we had squawk boxes with brokers shouting two-way prices at what things weren't electronic at that point. And me as a trader, I had to quote prices all day long to anybody who called in, other banks, clients, and I would obviously quote two-way prices for the British pound. And you know, the minimum size is pretty big. Okay, 3 million, 5 million pounds on a price quote. So we hired this guy, and he worked on the desk, and he taught us Elliott wave analysis. So that was my first really foray into Elliott wave analysis. He taught us a number of things, and I was fortunate enough to work with him. Now he works with, you know, institutions still. And so what I did was I took this Elliott wave analysis, and I'm not an Elliottician. I don't count the waves, so I created a strategy to count the waves without counting the waves. And I'm going to show you that market map right now and show you what I mean. Analysis, the market map for the Wavy Tunnel Pro. First of all, why do we do the analysis first? I think it's important to have a thorough knowledge of the market to determine possible future scenarios and be prepared to take advantage of opportunities that arise. And in our system, we use the market map in order to provide context and create the likelihood of successful outcomes. So what that means is, I know like a lot of people day trade these days, day trade futures. I do as well, actually. And I always tell my students to look at the market map and look at it on a bigger time frame, just so you know where you are. It's like having a GPS. You want to know where you're going. And yes, then you can go down to the 1 minute or the 2 minute or the 5 minute time frame, but have your market map on the bigger time frame. So for day trading, I'll recommend just starting with the daily and then moving down even to the 15-minute chart. This is the market map on the right. Trading market swings can create an emotional roller coaster. So understanding these market cycles and timing is crucial for success. And a structured roadmap and simple timing tools can provide clarity and consistency. So let's have a look at this. At point 0, the market moves up. And notice how I've drawn a channel around the uptrend. This is an uptrend. And yes, I've labeled it waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, in Elliott wave analysis, this can be an extended move. So keep it simple for yourself and just draw trend lines against trend lines on the trend. And then at the market top, point T, this is where traders tend to have FOMO. And if you're trading stocks, let's say, and the market keeps going up, it's almost like we're not going to correct. It's going to keep going up, and I don't want to miss this. So optimism and exuberance sets in, and traders load up and get greedy. And then what happens? Well, in Elliott wave analysis, we typically have a 3-wave correction. This is called a zigzag, a 3-wave correction. There are other types of corrections too, which I don't have to get into. But what happens is the market moves down, and now we're thinking, okay, well, let's wait. Maybe this is just a correction, and then we're going to go back up again. And the market moves back up, and this is called the B wave trap. Why? Because the market is moving up, and traders that aren't aware of this pattern, and Elliott wave analysis is all about patterns, and I'm all about patterns. I love to visually look at a chart. I love it, love it, love it. So this is the B wave moving up, and then suddenly it rolls over, and traders are thinking, oh no, oh no, 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 and then it continues to move down. And this wave C, this third leg, is a pretty vicious move. So traders at this point get really fearful and bail and panicked and discouraged. So at this point, when they should be buying and loading up, they're bailing. And this occurred on numerous times, and I'm going to show you a case study on the SPY to show you when it occurred on all of the different time frames and what you can do about it. But before we do, let's just look at the market map for an uptrend and for a downtrend. Okay, so this is the market map for a downtrend. So for those of you who trade, I have a dog sitting next to me, my dog, and she's barking right now. And so don't mind her. She's a puppy, and I haven't trained her too well. Okay, so the market moving up on the left, the market moving down on the right. For those of you that are trading Forex, you will be trading markets up and down. For those of you who are trading stocks, you might be more interested in the left market map. Okay, the market map on the left. So on the right, I have the wavy tunnel pro indicators, the moving averages that show this market map. And the way we like to count the waves without really counting the waves, when we have, this is the awesome oscillator below, when we have a peak in the awesome oscillator, I label that a wave 3. See, we have a peak. And then wave 4 takes us down to the 0 line on the awesome oscillator. And then wave 5 squeaks out a new high, and we have divergence in the awesome oscillator. This is beautiful. That's how I count the waves without really counting the waves. So I literally call this a 3, 4, 5. Now, in terms of moving down, I know that if we go below this wave, that we're most likely going below this tunnel. This is the wave, this is the tunnel. We're most likely going below the tunnel. And we can label this the initial move down, A, followed by a B wave correction. We fail to make a new high, and then the market breaks down below the wave, and here we go. So if you get your mind ready for this kind of a move and protect yourself on your positions, or even take advantage of this move, when you're down here, you're thinking, I'm going to be buying now because Jody showed me the market map, and this is when I shouldn't be panicked. And we've all been there. We've all done that. I've done that too. I've panicked right here when I should not have panicked. I've done that, truth be told, because I've done just about everything. I've been trading for a very, very long time, and I've had to learn from my mistakes. And sometimes I do make the mistakes more than once. I mean, we're only human. I'm only human. I should speak about myself. So this is the market map, and this is how it shows up on the charts. Now, you know this guy. Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Well, this speaks to the market map. He takes the contrarian view, and he's saying up here, don't load up, but down here, when everybody's selling, maybe consider buying. Contrarian view. And honestly, I learned all about the contrarian view again when I worked at the bank. We had a group of traders, proprietary traders, and another group, and I would watch them and see how they took the contrarian view over and over and over again and made so much money. So I kind of learned that from the get-go, and this is the way I can express it. okay? This is the way I can express it with the market map. So this market map comes from years and years and years of trading and putting it into practice. So as Warren Buffett says up here, let's just take a breather, take a pause. We don't need to have FOMO. It's like the game, what is it? Passing the hot potato, and you don't want to be the last one to get stuck with the hot potato. And then if you are, this happens to you, right? And then down here, this is when you should be buying. So I'm going to show you this market map in the markets shortly. But first, let's just take a little bit, learn a little bit about the market map, because it does come from Elliott Wave Analysis and Ralph Nelson Elliott. He studied various market indices over a 70-year period in the 1930s, and he discovered that stock markets traded in repetitive cycles, and that these cycles or waves reflected the emotions of investors. So I really believe that the cycles or waves reflect the emotions of investors, and you can see that with the market map and just expressing it, that at market tops, investors, traders have FOMO. So he really came up with a lot of market patterns back in the 1930s when he was actually bedridden. So let me get my mouse here. And then Fibonacci. You all know Fibonacci. Leonardo Fibonacci was an Italian mathematician born in the 12th century. He discovered the Fibonacci sequence of numbers, which is the sequence after 0 and 1, which each successive number is the sum of the two previous numbers. This is the sequence of numbers, and believe it or not, all of the retracements and all of the extensions come from these numbers. They come from these numbers. Over here, this is the market cycle. This is the complete market cycle in which I base my work. And you can see that there are patterns after the end of every swing move. Head and shoulders patterns. Look at this. Head and shoulders patterns, reverse head and shoulders, and you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's wave 1, A, B, C. So this is 8 waves. And then if you break down the waves, you get 34 waves and 144 waves. These are all part of the Fibonacci sequence. Now, we don't really care about that. We are not going to, as I said, I like to count the waves without really counting the waves. So I don't use a lot of math, but I like to understand where it's coming from. And Fibonacci shows up in the market cycles in Elliott Wave Analysis. So I just wanted to show you that. Now let's get started. Market roadmap mastery using simple timing tools, how to read and interpret this market roadmap using the Wavy Tunnel Pro indicator suite, anticipate market direction, leverage the market roadmap to foresee market movements, understanding market turning points, grasp the implications of key market reversals. So we're going to do a little case study now before I show you the 4-step strategy. Real world SPY ETF examples on multiple time frames, market roadmap in action using simple timing tools. So the examples I'm going to show you on the SPY are on the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour. And then I'm going to go down to the smaller time frames. We're going to identify the uptrend and the key turning points, and we're going to show you entry and exit points in the analysis. This is the weekly chart. Now, remember I told you that the market traders and investors, when we're at this point, they're bailing. Well, at this point in October 2022, the market was bailing. I mean, this was the biggest down move like ever. Like in 2022, this was a bad year for stock traders, okay? Holding long positions was a bad year. So traders were bailing at this point. But what our system was saying, because now I've shown, this is the Wavy Tunnel Pro indicator suite. And at the top of the market, we get a purple arrow. This is gray because we've since made a new high, so it changes to gray. And then the market moves down. This is an Elliott wave correction. and we get the gray arrow. When we get the gray arrow, and looking at our little market roadmap here, that's our wave C. This is our wave C. This is the time when we should be buying. We also notice something with the awesome oscillator here. We have divergence between this low and this low. And we have divergence between this peak and this peak. You can see the divergence. Divergence means when price makes a new high and the awesome oscillator makes a lower high, it means that the market is running out of steam. And remember, I told you that we do the initial move down for the wave A, and then we do a correction. And then when we break down below the wave, we're going below the tunnel. So this is what happened. We popped back up, and then we made another low. This is a complex correction in Elliott wave analysis, fine. Hey, you don't need to know the specifics. It's complex. But you can see here the uptrend and how even if you drew the channel lines around this, and as soon as the trend line broke, we broke down and we came up and retested. I mean, this is classic technical analysis. And yes, it helps with my indicators, with the Wavy Tunnel Pro indicators. But I want you to get this pattern in your mind so that you can begin to recognize this pattern when you're trading your own markets. Now we're going to go down to the daily. This weekly showed up in October 2022. It hasn't shown up since. Why? Because we haven't had a deep correction. But let me tell you that in October of 2022, all of our scanners showed many buys for stocks in October 2022. So many that it was really difficult to choose because there were just too many. You really had to decide what you wanted to buy because all of the signals were there. Now let's go to the daily chart. I took the August 2024. This is when we had the last daily buy signal. So up here we had a purple arrow. And again, it turned to gray when we made a new high. And then we had a 3-wave move. We came down for the initial wave A. We had a B wave correction and then a very swift move down. And what do we get? We get the gray arrow. And this is classic. This is classic. This is our wave C. Here we don't have divergence. We have a peak in the awesome oscillator on the downside. That's fine. We don't always get divergence. We got divergence on the downside when we had on the weekly because we had already moved down below the wave and then we came down again. So that was a nice divergence that we saw. So with our indicator suite, the Wavy Tunnel Pro, what's key is that we come down below the tunnel with the gray arrow. And then we use the candlesticks and 1, 2, 3 reversals on the smaller time frame. Well, I'm going to show you how to enter and exit with the strategy that I'm going to teach you shortly. And that was it. Like that was a great opportunity to buy, not to sell, not to sell. And yes, we have to train our brain. We definitely have to train our brain to do this, okay? And if you have any questions, I can see the questions now. I don't see any, I don't think. You can type them in. Are you following this? Maybe you can just type a yes in the box if you're following what I'm saying, because it's really important that you follow it and that you're paying attention. I'd really love that. So if you want to just type in a yes, that would be great. Let's go on to the 4-hour, and this 4-hour occurred right before the election, November 2024. Look at this. Look at how gorgeous this is. Again, we get the purple arrow on top. It's gray now because we made a new high. And then the market came down and it went back up in a correction. And notice we have like the red diamonds, which also tell us the correction, the A, B, C, and then we get the gray arrow. So now you're starting to see a pattern. So you might be thinking, well, this is really cool. If I just scan for these patterns, how cool would that be? I'd be able to, test it out and see how it works for me, because not every strategy works well for everybody. And at least it will give me a better place to be buying, so that I'm not buying in here or in here on this wave B move up, and I'm buying after the market bails, when most of the market participants are bailing in a wave C, A, B, C, A, B, C. So this is where I want to be buying. And this happened right before the election. Okay, and then look what, well, the rest is history, as they say, right? So this happened in November, okay, on the 4-hour. Notice how I'm going down the time frames. As the market moves up and we have shallower corrections, well, we have to go, we're, unless we have a very steep correction, we're probably not going to get another weekly signal on the SPY. But if we do get a very deep correction, we have to be prepared for it. We've got to be prepared. Okay. Now we know how we can prepare ourselves as well. This is part of risk management. How to prepare for this deep correction. Well, we need to do something with if we have a portfolio, to protect our portfolio, or if we're trading, to trade short. There are various things that we can do. Now let's look at some examples. ES futures. I know some of you are trading futures. ES futures on the 2-minute time frame. Intraday trend analysis and trade setup. Applying the market roadmap for intraday trading opportunities. I think I have a few examples. Let's see. Is this the 2-minute? 2-minute? Yeah, this is the 2-minute. Okay. Do you recognize the pattern? This is the pattern. The same pattern. I have the market roadmap. This is the market roadmap. Strong trend up, purple arrow, move down to below the tunnel. Oh, our software, by the way, spits out the green arrow when it's time to buy. The way we have programmed it, when price closes above this green filter, that's when we take the trade in the system. So that's when it triggers the trade. You get that's the trade signal. You get the ready with the gray triangle. You get the ready with the gray triangle. And then we have 3 profit targets. These are Fibonacci retracements of this whole move, okay? So these are 3 Fibonacci profit targets that just automatically spit out on the chart. Okay, so now we talked about the market map in detail, and I hope you understand what the market map is and why it's important to understand the market cycles and how to use the awesome oscillator a little bit to see divergence when we're at a market peak, and then how to look for deep corrections before getting in again. Now we're going to talk about strategy. The 4 lenses checklist for pulling the trigger. So I'm going to show you a very simple strategy, and which shows trend continuation and trend reversal. And then third is trade management, optimal risk reward for achieving consistent profits. I'm talking a little bit about that as we go, but we're going to focus on strategy now. This is the second step in my playbook strategy. To reaching the path to success is to have a highly effective strategy which is easy to understand when making a trade decision. After a good analysis, and a good analysis is what I've shown you. You can also call it a top-down approach. Just take a look at the bigger time frames. Strategy is used to identify the exact entry point, stop loss level, and profit target to know when to trade and when to stay out of the market. And removing the emotions is key. So again, here's the market map. Trend continuation. What's in place usually when we are continuing a trend? Continuation candlestick patterns, oscillator convergence, price within the channel, and 1, 2, 3 trend continuation. So we're going to take a look at that. And then at point T, the end of trend, we want to see reversal candlestick patterns. We want to see divergence or a major peak. We want to see a trend line break, and we want to see a 1, 2, 3 reversal, okay, at point T. And you would see that at the bottom of C as well. But this is what I'm going to show you today, trend continuation and the reversal at point T. I have 3 examples that I'm going to show you, one Forex, and then gold, and then NVIDIA stock. And let's start with trend continuation. So notice how I've drawn a channel around price. I'm not counting any waves here. I haven't counted any waves here. I'm drawing a channel. We want to see continuation candlestick patterns. And continuation candlestick patterns, I mean, you want to see it like when you're going down, but strong red candles if we're in a downtrend, for example, tails on the top side, and you can see lots of tails, lots of tails, lots of tails, lots of tails. Lots of tails on the top side means that the sellers are in control, right? The buyers try to buy it, it fails, and then the sellers take over. That's what tails on the top side means. Oscillator convergence means that when we make a new price low on top, we make a new price low we make a new low in the awesome oscillator or on any oscillator that you might use. Price and channel we talked about, and 1, 2, 3 trend continuation. These are breakdown points. I've drawn dotted lines after corrections. So whenever you see small bodied candles, this is a type of a correction. It's an Elliott wave correction. And when we break down, that's a 1, 2, 3 continuation. When we break down, that's a 1, 2, 3 continuation. So that's on the trend side. This is a downtrend. Now let's move to the bottom of the end of the move. And you can even see how we're moving to the top side of the channel here. So the trend is running out of steam. Reversal candlestick pattern. You see a tail, long tail on the bottom side, which means that the buyers are getting some control here. Divergence or a major peak, well, here we have divergence. The awesome oscillator is divergent. Price makes a new low. So that's number 2. Price makes a new low. The awesome oscillator makes a higher low. Number 3 is the trend line break. We break through this channel, the channel. And a 1, 2, 3 reversal is where I've drawn the red line, where you have a move up and then a correction, and then we take that out, and that's our 1, 2, 3 reversal. So these are 4 simple for those of you just starting out, or even if you just don't look at these things anymore. This is basic stuff that I continue to look at, even though I have a pretty advanced analysis. Like I can be simple, or I can be complicated. This is simple, and sometimes simple is better. Let's look at gold. This is the 4-hour. Again, trend continuation on the left. This is an uptrend, and we have our continuation candlestick patterns. You want to see long tails at the bottom because the market is moving up. Oscillator convergence. Look at this. price is moving up, and look what the oscillator is doing. It's moving up. Price and channel, and then 1, 2, 3, trend continuation. Every time we have sideways consolidation, this is called a breakout. This is called a breakout. They're buyable. Breakouts are buyable. Breakouts are buyable. And then when we get to the top of the trend, point T, we have reversal candlestick patterns. So we have an engulfing pattern here and divergence or a major peak. So here we have divergence between this high and this high. You can see with the awesome oscillator, the line in red. So I would label this a wave 3. I would label this a wave 5. I told you that's how I label the waves. And then we have a trend line break, and then a 1, 2, 3 reversal, right? So you would look at a smaller time frame, or even here, once we break down below this, this is a nice 1, 2, 3 reversal. Let's look at NVIDIA. Okay. This is the visible low on the chart after the move down, like the low after the move down here. This is a reversal candlestick pattern. It's a blue body, but so it completely reversed the sell-off. And so this happened on August 5th. Okay, this is the daily chart on August 5th. And then we have a major peak. So it was a rapid drop. We don't have divergence on the daily. This is a major peak. We have the trend line break. And then I went down to the smaller time frame. Oh, did I? Yeah, the 4 hour, that was the daily. And this is the 1, 2, 3 reversal. Point 1 at the low point. Point 2, notice how I ignored the wicks. And then point 3, okay? The market retraces, fails to make a new low, and then starts to move up. It doesn't break through, it comes back down, and then it breaks through here. So this is the little 4-step process. I just follow very specific criteria in my 4 lenses strategy to evaluate if I want to trade a specific setup. I remove subjectivity with the specific criteria. The greater the objectivity, the fewer the emotions. The greater the objectivity, the fewer the emotions. This is what I've experienced over my lifetime. So this, just review, trend continuation and trend reversal. Now, let me show you how easy it is to spot the trends and corrections using the Wavy Tunnel Pro. Now I've put the indicator suite on the charts. So we have our trend continuation, and notice how we have little semaphores here, little blue dots. The little blue dots are great in a trend. Every time you get the upper blue dot, I'm thinking, okay, it's time to sell, it's time to sell. And it might be a red dot as well. The order of the dots here, or the diamonds, I'll tell you what it is. Purple is the biggest swing move, then gray, then yellow, red, and then blue. So blue is what we call the breakout 3 trade, meaning you want to be trading with the trend. You want to be trading with the trend. So notice what happens at the end. We get a gray arrow here. We get a gray arrow. We have a reversal candlestick pattern. When we get a purple or a gray arrow, I take notice, and then this is when this would kick in. Then I would look at the other criteria for taking the trade. But this is what we have here. This is on the euro. Okay, I'm going to go through the 3 examples that we showed. This is on the euro. And then we have our 1, 2, 3 reversal. So with our system, we also can use the gray or the purple. Okay, this was a purple before we made a new low. So we'll call it gray now. Gray, red, red, and then we move up. And notice what this is. This is the gray arrow above the tunnel. This was the trade on the market map that I showed you, the ABC correction into resistance right above the tunnel. So we have the trend, and then we have the correction, and this would show up on our scanner for we call this the breakout 4 trade for a sell. So this would show up on the scanner. This is on the 4 hour. Gold. Let me see what time it is. Okay, better hurry up here. Gold, 4 hour chart. So we're in the uptrend. We get the purple arrow at the end of the trend with a reversal candlestick pattern. This is the engulfing pattern. We have divergence at the major peak. So see how I use the 4 lenses checklist with the Wavy Tunnel Pro indicators. We get a trend line break, and this kicks off our move into the wave, the trend line break. It kicks off our move into the wave, and then we trade sideways. I mean, we love it when we move down below the wave, and then we come back up above the wave, and then we trade down below the tunnel. In this case, we kept going. We kept going. And the 1, 2, 3 reversal would take place in this area. Yeah, in this case, we had a more of a move down on this 4 hour chart. Now let's look at, I'm not even going to talk about the bungees. This is another, other oscillators that we use that you would learn in our training, which I'm going to tell you about shortly, because our training is coming up starting December 8th, our 4-day accelerated training program, our Wavy Tunnel Pro accelerated training. So I'm going to tell you about that soon. Let's look at our final example with NVIDIA. So here we go. We had the purple arrow up here. We had our nice 3-wave correction down below the tunnel here with our gray arrow. This is called our breakout 4 trade, and we have the reversal candlestick. So when you get the reversal candlestick, and you can see it nicely with the Wavy Tunnel Pro laid out and the gray candle, it just gives me more confidence. Well, I'm so used to these indicators, I just don't trade without them. It just gives me more confidence as a trader. And then we have a major peak in the awesome oscillator, and we have a trend line break, beautiful trend line break. And look, with classical technical analysis, you learn that when a trend line is broken, oftentimes it comes back and retests. So this is one of our, this is exactly what happened here. But we also have a gray arrow followed by a red, followed by a red. Now, all of our semaphores have opposites. So this red, when you have an upper red, you're going to get a lower red. You just don't know where it's going to end up, where you're going to get it, whether you're going to get it here or here or here. So we almost came down, we almost double bottomed here. But this is it aligns, the gray, red, red aligns with the trend line break followed by the retest. The 1, 2, 3 reversal, here we go, the 1, 2, 3 reversal, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. I'm on a lower time frame now, okay? I'm on the 4 hour. And then we break up above. So I'll just show you another one. This happened on October 31st, NVIDIA on the 4 hour chart. The other example was a daily. Same story. We got the purple and we had a nice retracement. Same story. And we got the gray arrow. For those of you who are trading NVIDIA, this can be really helpful to you. So all of these setups that I've shown you can also be generated from our scanner. Especially if you're trading stocks and you're looking through 500 stocks, you're going to want to scan for these. But these are the 6 trades, the Wavy Tunnel Pro trades. 4 trend following trades, breakout 1, breakout 2, breakout 3. I touched on the breakout 3, which bounces off of the wave with the blue semaphore. And the breakout 4 is this wave 5 trade. So after the end of a wave 4, when we have the end of the wave C with price below the tunnel, and I scan for these all the time on stocks. The breakout 4 trade. I love this setup. I just love it. And then the 2 end of trend trades would be up here when we price to wave, and then we have the correction, and then fill the gap. The fill the gap is the gap between the wave and the tunnel. So these are the six wavy tunnel trades that we have. We also have automatic trend lines that show up on the chart. So we have trades with that. And if you go into our New York and London trading room with Neil, he's the Forex expert, and he has come up with a bunch of high probability trades using the semaphores and the bungees. He's brilliant. The Wavy Tunnel Pro strategy has what I've always been looking for, namely clear, defined, understandable, and consistent rules that are not complicated to learn. Even people who have never had anything to do with the stock market can learn these strategies quickly. Thanks, Christian. This is the trading system that has worked for me now over the past 30 years and counting. Yeah, it's actually a lot more than 30 years. That's why I said and counting. Okay. But this is not about me, it's about you. And I believe that if you apply this playbook in your trading, you can become consistent and achieve your trading goals, whatever they are. The Wavy Tunnel Pro, a solid master's in trading education for all asset classes, instruments, and time frames. And the link for you to sign up for our accelerated training is at the bottom of the screen, wavytunnelpro.com/thanks. If you want to remove uncertainty in trading, gain total clarity about what to trade, when, and how much, get massive confidence. Trading's all about confidence, isn't it? When you learn to identify high probability setups, and finally achieve consistent profits in your trading, this is specifically for you, for new traders and experienced traders. The Wavy Tunnel Pro trading program and mentorship with Jody Samuel starts, and my team, starts December 8th. That's the first day, but join my flagship trading program and learn my personal system to achieve consistent profits in any market. But the good news is it starts December 8th, but the whole program is recorded. So if you miss some of the sessions, those are my coaching sessions where I take you through the program. The program itself has 3 sections. We start out with the market map, the Elliott waves. So we do have training on that. Yeah, you're not going to get away with it. You're going to go through the training, but you don't need to become a consummate Elliott wave counter. And I'm opening up the question box so I can see. Okay. There we go. And section 2 is all about the Wavy Tunnel Pro strategy. There's so much to learn about this. There are a lot of training modules on this, and there are some great training modules on advanced Fibonacci as well, and how it all links together. So you can enroll today for one payment of $9.97. You click the purchase button and get your login info. Jeanette, I guess we'll post this in the chat, wavytunnelpro.com/thanks. That's your shortened link to get to this page /thanks. But I'm going to tell you what you get for this. Not only do you get the training, but you get the premium bonus, 1 month of the Wavy Tunnel Pro desk, our Elliott Wave desk, and Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Scanner tools. That's $188 value, which you get a trade scanner for Forex, stocks, commodities, and crypto. You get 4 London and New York trading analysis rooms per week. You get a Ninja Trader room per week, and Elliott Wave counts on Forex futures and stocks. Premium bonus, one-on-one coaching session with me, so we can sort out how you're trading and how you can grow in your trading for the coming 6 months. Just a few good trades like the examples I showed you will pay for this entire program. So I just showed you the breakout 4 trades. You also get Wavy Tunnel Pro Trade Analysis Mastermind sessions. This is really, really great. 11 trade review videos, of students taking trades and me analyzing them. So this is fantastic. This is a great bonus. And then you get the recordings of all the Wavy Tunnel Pro accelerated training sessions for lifetime. It's for lifetime. So once you sign up for this program, it's yours. You get a course manual. You get 3 special guides: a day in the life of a successful stock trader, a day in the life of a successful Forex trader, becoming an entrepreneurial trader, the process. See, I'm all about the coaching also. The strategy is fantastic, but I'm also a coach. So I do have coaching clients to help you put it all together. And when we do the accelerated training, I should probably show you that on the website. Let me just see. Okay, I will. I'm going to open. I don't have it open. Okay. I'll just tell you, let me see what time it is. Okay. On the Sunday, we have an introductory session with me, and I lay out the whole program for you, but the program is already in the website. So you sign up today and you will get access, and you could start going through those videos right away. And then when you come in, starting on December 8th, to the accelerated training, you meet with me, and then I say it's all mapped out so that you have like 6 videos to go through on the Sunday, and I say to you, okay, now go watch the next 2 videos, and then we'll meet up after the second video, and then we go through the highlights, and I give you my take on those. Okay, go through the next 2 videos, and each video is less than an hour. And students take notes, and students learn a lot, and then we come back, and then we discuss those videos, and I show you examples in the market, and then I say, okay, go back and do the last 2 videos, and then come back to me. And then we do like a coaching session, and I ask you, we do a whole goal setting thing. We do a few different coaching lessons, coaching things. It's great. The students love it, and we share, and those are called the coaching sessions around the material. So I don't teach you the material. I teach you about the material in the coaching sessions, and we combine that with coaching. It's very hands-on, and students love it. And if you miss a day or 2 or 3 or 4, that's fine, because it's all recorded, and you get to go through it step by step and watch the recordings afterwards. And that I encourage students to keep up with me and to schedule their coaching session with me, and you know, after the training. And then I actually do ask to set up another coaching session with the students, because I want to make sure that everybody is on track with their goals. So our indicators and our scanners are on the following platforms. The indicator suite and scanners are on MT4, NinjaTrader, MotiveWave, and TradeStation. Today I showed you some MotiveWave charts. I forgot to point them out to you. And I showed you some NinjaTrader charts when we looked at the futures. And the indicator suite on its own is on wealth charts, but not the scanner. So these are our platforms. Okay. We also have our indicators. Okay. So this is it. Wavy Tunnel Pro training, the 4-day accelerated training, one payment of $9.97, unlimited access, great program. And let's take some questions. Let's see if you have any questions. I have to scroll down. Oh, I missed all these questions. Okay. Any questions? So wavytunnelpro.com/thanks. Okay, I see that it's posted. And I'm not seeing any questions right now. So maybe you don't have any questions.
Can you hear me,
Thank
Sherry?
you. Yeah.
Hey, all right, let's see. Because we were running behind. We've got a couple more minutes here. Let me see. Um, okay, yeah, somebody said page didn't exist, but it does. Okay. Someone asked, did they get to watch the replays of those, of your trainings?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All of the replay that you get it for lifetime, the whole program. It's really, really an extensive program. I'm going to try to,
Someone says, what other indicators are you using to confirm the Elliott wave counts, if any?
well, I showed you the semaphores and I showed you, we use the awesome oscillator, we use the bungees, but I told you I don't confirm the Elliott wave counts. I just confirm the trends with the wave 3 and the wave 5. And the ABC or the the ABC are semaphores show the different swing moves for the Elliott wave counts. Like you can use the semaphores for the Elliott wave counts. We go into detail with that in the training, but many of the students don't know Elliott waves, but they use the Wavy Tunnel Pro to count the waves in a just to count the trend moves, waves 3, 4, 5, and the corrective moves using the semaphores.
Okay. How many devices does the indicator allow for installation? If I have NT8 and TOS on my PC, can I set it up on both? Great question.
Okay, I don't have it on TOS, but you can set it up on NinjaTrader. Absolutely.
Okay. What if they had, is it only available on NT8?
No, it's available on MT4, Motive Wave, NinjaTrader, and TradeStation, and
Okay, so
WealthChart.
let's just say that same question applies. If they have two of those platforms, are they allowed to
I've
put it
let
on
them
two?
use it on both.
Hmm?
Absolutely. You can use it
Absolutely,
on
she
any
says.
platform that you have.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll take one more.
And also, for those of you that have TradingView, we could even give it to you on TradingView.
Okay. All right. Final question. This is a tough one, so we'll see if we can get it quick. There are different wave patterns. How can you be certain your prediction is correct? Well, you can't be certain, right? Can you? 100%? No?
No, yes, of course there are different wave patterns. Oh my gosh. I mean, there are extended waves, there are
Yeah, but
extended
how can you say
corrections.
yours is the one? Like yours
Yeah,
is gonna be
yeah.
correct.
Yeah. So sometimes with our indicators, like with the purple semaphore, if we are in an extended trend move, the purple will it will repaint. The purple arrow will repaint. If we're in a very strong trend up, let's just take an up move. It will repaint. And that's why we have the 4 lenses checklist, because we don't want to just sell it when we see a purple arrow. We want to get confirmation. And we teach you the 4 lenses checklist, what I taught you today, but we teach you how to avoid taking a trade until we get confirmation. Okay. And then with our gray semaphore at the end of the wave 4, we teach you when you can take that trade as well. But pretty well, I've been trading the system for a very long time, and I'm very confident that when the gray paints and I buy it, sometimes it doesn't move up to my profit targets, but I still get profit out of it, and then it might come down and make one more new low, but I've still taken my profits out of it.
All right, great answer. All right, so Jody's, I'm posting her link. You can get it in the chat box and in the questions box. It's actually hyperlinked in the chat box. If you can find that, that's probably easier for you. Oops, I did it wrong. It's wavytunnelpro.com/thanks. Not way. Hang on, let me redo that. wavytunnelpro.com/thanks. I'm gonna repost. All right, Jody, this has been fantastic. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and thank you for coming and spending this time with us.
Thank you, Jeanette, and thank you everybody for being here. And if I didn't answer all the questions, just email me, jody@fxtradersedge.com. I'll answer your questions. You're asking how much? It's $9.97 for the whole program. Okay, thank you so much, Jeanette.